Hey everyone, how you doing today? It is Friday, and that means we bring back Stephen Dow to the channel. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, brother?
I'm doing very well. Why don't you go ahead and get that darn HR announcement out of the way, and then I'll jump in after that.
Well, again, although I work for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the thoughts and ideas on the show are that of my own. And yeah, let's get it started.
There you go, buddy. Thank you for that. So, hey, folks, again, Stephen Dow has a playlist on this channel. I think it's called Velocity Mortgage. Go and take that out. We are actually going to talk about a different program today. It's called the Fast 50. And I think this is just shows you how flexible, a non-QM lender could be, right? You're basically creating programs to fit a need in the public. I don't think it's a stretch to say that the last 12 to 14 months have been hard on landlords. It has been hard on some landlords who own their properties free and clear, which is just an amazing statement, right? Usually mortgages are 40 to 50% of operating costs. And man, even if you own your property free and clear, if you are unlucky enough to have a couple of tenants not paying, it hurts.
Right.
So when I saw your Fast 50 program, I'm like, you know what? We should probably talk about it. Maybe there's some people out there that have their property free and clear. Obviously no NOD filed because it's no mortgage, but maybe they're hurting, and maybe the Fast 50 program could really bail them out. What do you think about that?
Oh, no, I think it's a fantastic idea. And it kind of handles both, spectrums of borrower types. Again, what you're saying, landlords that have been impacted with the whole, rent and eviction moratoriums and things of that nature. They haven't probably collected a check or rent check in 12, 18 months. So typically they're not going to qualify for conventional financing, even though they have equity, and maybe need a bridge from now till they can get some renters back in. Well, look to the Fast 50, because again, up to a maximum of 50% LTV or under, you can tap into it again with no income documentation. So no tax return, no pay stub, no W-2.
I really do like that program, because I know I've talked to a couple of them, or I should say communicated, right? Talk. Sometimes when I say talk, folks, I mean email and stuff, just to not to be called a liar, right? Communicated with other landlords who are in this spot, right? I remember one in Southern California that has a fourplex that they own free and clear. Frankly, I think it was their father left it to them about a decade ago, and it's been free and clear the whole time. But he's like, man, I got 2 tenants not paying, and he can't get an equity line, right? Even though it's it's worth, I don't know, $1 million or 800 grand, I think he said. And he's struggling, right? Because he doesn't make that much during the day. This was part of his monthly living, and it's a horrible story.
It's a rough spot to be in, then.
But now, instead of going to get kind of blood money from a hard money lender, you can come here and let's assume he has good credit, but the building doesn't support itself. In theory, assuming 800, if I understand you, they could borrow up to 400 grand pretty easily.
Correct. And the beauty of the program as well is that due to the loan amount in this case, there's no debt service ratio to be met as well. Right. So that's the key. Not only your personal income documentation, but the actual, rental income as well. So it definitely helps out in this particular specific case with all these, rental issues and rent moratorium. So it definitely helps out that specific scenario.
Now, is that a 30-year fixed product?
Yes.
Wow. So you're really still getting pretty low interest rates. Again, it's not going to be bank loans, but you can't get a bank loan in this situation.
Right.
But it's going to be, it could potentially, based on borrower, be below 6%.
Correct.
Wow. That's amazing. So the other thing, I'm just sitting here going, I'm going to reach back out to that guy and go, I don't know if you need it, but this might be a better way. The other thing I was thinking about with this program is there's a lot of people, really the experience of last crisis, and maybe those negative, foreclosure, short sales, BKs, whatever it was last time, maybe those are starting to fall off, because again, it's more than 10 years. But this Fast 50 program is another way. If you have maybe you got divorced, or you had a really bad medical event, and you're cleaning it up now, and you're finding it hard to borrow money from banks. This is another way you can go, right? This program kind of fits that borrower as well.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Again, the flexibility of the fact that we're not looking at your normal personal income documentation. So it's a much more easier qualifying kind of process. But just so long as you have equity in the property and only need up to, certain LTV, The Fast 50 kind of handles, the credit challenge where you may have, short sales in the past, foreclosures recently. I mean, it's very lean in that aspect. But the other opposite would be if you only need up to 50% LTV, but you've got great credit, but just the whole income issue with the, renters not paying, then yeah, you get best rates as well. So it kind of allows for the good quality borrower, doesn't need that much, leverage, the best rates, and then also credit challenged, but still wants to tap into the equity, can do that as well.
Yeah, and the other thing I just want to mention, this is obviously on investment properties. Somebody calls you on an
Correct.
owner-occ loan, you just don't play there.
No, Dodd-Frank and everything's still in effect. So until that gets deregulated, yeah.
Yeah, so I just want people to realize if you're calling him about your personal residence, Steven's not your guy. This is investment loans. This is the non-QM market.
Right.
It's between banks. It's only investment loans. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to find you a different answer if it's your owner occupied.
Matt, the mortgage guy, I'm sure could answer.
There you go, Matt.
Shout out to Matt. Yeah, shout out to Matt.
I like it when my experts be nice to each other. I like that.
Yes, sir.
So again, I think the Fast 50 program really does have a dual purpose, especially in this environment. I'm still thinking about that guy in Southern California with that fourplex. It could really fit him. But also there's people that have credit challenges, and this is still a way to get forward because I'll never get a bank loan in this environment. I mean, it's like one strike, two strike out. So it's pretty cool. So how do you want people to reach out to you? And again, folks, bring them an opportunity, but talk about the deal, talk about the plan, like we did in the first episode today. You got to tell them the plan. Otherwise, you may not get the right product for you. So how do you want them to reach out?
Just email me at SDAO at velocitymortgage.com. But I'd have to say your callers or your subscriber students, they've been very great about, basically communicating the full big picture so that we can really strategize the right plan for them to fit their, specific scenario. So no, it's been great.
Yeah, you know what? Well, that's going to be our third episode today. We're going to talk about the one rental at a time community and just give a broad brush of what they're doing. So I just want to hear. I think that would be a great conversation. So folks, again.
No, I think it'd be fun.
The whole reason I did cleaned up my descriptions is I had to get Stephen Dow's email in my description. So go look below. Send me props if you like my descriptions. I used all 5,000 characters that YouTube allows. Shout out to Brian who helped me do that. Thanks, buddy. All right, Stephen. Thank you, buddy. Take care.
My pleasure. Take care, man.